Hi Jed, thanks for taking the time to go through our 17 questions, brought to you by FSB and Dell Technologies. Brilliant to be here in Blackpool today.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Come on inside, we'll show you around.
How would you sum up content creators in one word?
We literally create content.
What services do you currently offer?
So at the moment we're doing a lot of social media content and digital marketing content. So that's either video, graphic design or audio podcasts, etc.
What was the inspiration behind content creators?
Essentially just a demand for it, a need for more video content and social media management. Essentially, we were finding businesses were really struggling with it, either with time or ideas or design and stuff like that. So essentially, trying to sort of get that into new businesses.
Did you always dream of owning your own business?
Yeah, I've always had little things, little side hustles. I've been self-employed since I was 16 years old. I used to work on the radio, so that was always self-employed contract. So, and DJing in town, so that was always, I've always had a business. So, but essentially actually having this kind of business where you would get team members and grow, it's always been a massive ambition of mine.
What makes content creators unique?
Just the way we do things, really, how fast we are, how fast we can literally turn things round, our social content, the reels that we make, the creativity that we make as well. That is essentially what makes us a bit different to anybody else.
Where do you see your business in the future?
To be honest, it's a tough question because you don't know where things are going at the moment. But ideally, we see it growing into more of a full digital marketing service where brands can come to us as literally a one-stop shop.
How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and advancements in the industry?
Look a lot on things that we produce. So essentially YouTube, the channels that we go onto, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, literally through all those different platforms. And we go to a lot of networking conferences as well to see what is out there and what's new.
How do you see AI shaping the future of social media?
I think it already is, to be fair. I think it's a piece of technology that is out there already. It's making us, I think, better as content creators. There's always this question and argument about jobs and stuff like that. But personally, I think just using AI in a beneficial way for us it's been great.
Do you view it as a benefit or a challenge?
For us, it's a definite benefit. I certainly see challenges, and when I say about challenges, the biggest question is, people's job. Will it take over people's jobs? That's been a big argument in content creation. Literally, will we still be here? Will we still be needed to be edited and audio processing, etc., etc.? You do. I mean, essentially, it's you can't beat the human element. You just can't get away from that. So, yeah, there's challenges in, maybe other people will just go into that and use AI as a full service, but I think they'll still come back to us. That's what we're seeing anyway.
What role does technology play in your business?
Well, just coming through here, I mean, this is our little green screen setup, and it's big for us, this. It's, we use a lot of interviews in here, which are sit-down interviews with brands and people who want to get their brand on. But instead of maybe buying a board which will have different messages on their brand logos, we literally can digitally pop them on the green screen, and we can change that up at any point, any time, and that's free to the client, which they love.
What piece of technology could you not live without?
I think it's our software programs that we use on our computers. So a software program we use all the time is Adobe. So that's Adobe Premiere Pro, which is video editing, Photoshop for graphic design, and things like Illustrator and Adobe Audition for audio as well. We genuinely, if that all went, we would have to probably shut down.
What's your biggest tech challenge?
Biggest tech challenge is printers, believe it or not. That is my biggest tech challenge. I'm quite good at technology. I love technology. I love learning new technology. But if anyone can bring me a printer that literally just prints when I press print, that would be great.
What's prompted you to join the FSB?
For me, it was all to do with the contracts and the legal stuff that comes with it. We've just started to recruit. We've got a full-time member. We're getting a new full-time member this coming week. We've just got an apprentice joining us. So very quickly, we've just had 3 sort of full-time people join us. And I'll be deadly honest with you, without the FSB's employment contracts, I genuinely wouldn't know what to do. And I wouldn't know how to hand people a contract.
What's a trend in social media that you think small business owners should be aware of?
TikTok. People think it's for 14-year-old girls. It's not. When we were down with TikTok last year, they literally had a stat where it was over 80% of people on TikTok are 25 and over. So it's a huge growing market. It's a massive, organically growing for small brands as well. I think people don't see the benefits and that TikTok can bring to your brand and how many views you can organically get compared to other social media channels where you have to pay for it.
Can you share a memorable project that you've worked on recently?
Yeah, we're recently doing a stuff for Trinity, Brian House and Trinity Hospice for their Elmer shoots. So they've got an Elmer parade. Essentially what it's going to be is lots of these Elmer statues out and about in town in 2024. So for us, we've been working on that. It's been great going into Brian House, seeing the kids, seeing how they interact with Elmer, and you just know it's going to be a big plus to the town centre.
What advice would you give for other small business owners starting out?
Do it. The fear is the biggest why you don't do it. Losing income, will it all fail? What happens if it? What will people say if it fails? You don't know. And with failure, I've had a few businesses, to be fair, and I've had a few different self-employed jobs where I've been sacked from. They've not wanted me anymore. They've said, "Listen, we're going to bring somebody else in." But you know what? You learn from those experiences, and you probably get better. For me, so it's not failure. It's a learning exercise. Just do it.
What's next for content creators?
Growth. Like I say, we're bringing on 2 new people, which is huge. And for us, it's just about getting better. We've started at a certain level. There's a certain level where we want to be. And for us, bringing new people on that are better than me at everything, and that's what I want. I want people that are better than me, and that's what I've got. So therefore, I think our business will just be better.
Thank you for having us here today for our 17 questions video series with FSB and Dell Technologies. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy your trip home.